Here's a fictional story about a thrilling bank robbery. The Last Heist prologue. A city on edge. In the bustling metropolis of New Haven, the First Federal Bank towered as an emblem of security and wealth. Its vault held millions in cash, priceless jewels, and classified government bonds. For decades, it remained untouched, a fortress no criminal dared to challenge. Until now. The plan comes together. Michael Caine, a former military strategist turned rogue, sat in the shadows of an abandoned warehouse, reviewing blueprints of the bank. Once a decorated hero, he now sought one final job to secure his future and erase his haunted past. He had assembled a team of misfits, each with a unique skill. Sophie Blake, a tech prodigy who could hack anything from security cameras to government satellites. Jack Ghost Carter, a stealth expert capable of bypassing the tightest security. Derek Demo Smith, a demolition specialist with a knack for creating silent explosions, a master of disguise and the team's negotiator. Their target was the First Federal Bank's underground vault, protected by biometric scanners, armed guards, and motion-detecting lasers. The inside job Emma infiltrated the bank days before the heist, posing as a temp in the records department. Observing the staff and security patterns, she identified weaknesses in the system. Meanwhile, Sophie hacked into the bank's network from a remote location, creating a digital map of the vault. The security rotation changes every 30 minutes, she said. We'll need to move fast. Michael finalized the plan. They would strike at midnight during a brief power maintenance window when the security grid was partially offline. The break-in on the night of the heist, the team assembled at a nearby parking garage. Each member wore black tactical gear, their faces hidden by masks. Using a stolen utility van, they approached the bank's loading dock. Derek planted a silent charge on the back entrance, creating a small hole just large enough to slip through. Inside, Jack led the way, disabling guards with non-lethal methods. Sophie tapped into the building's network, looping the security camera feed. The clock's ticking, Michael reminded them. We have 20 minutes. Reaching the vault required precision. Sophie bypassed the biometric scanner by replicating the manager's fingerprint and retinal patterns, which Emma had covertly collected earlier. When the vault door opened, the team was awestruck by the sight. Stacks of cash, glittering diamonds, and gold bars piled high. But Michael ignored the treasure and headed straight for a black briefcase tucked in the corner. It contained something far more valuable, a hard drive with sensitive government files that could be sold to the highest bidder, the double-crossers. The team loaded their haul, the sound of sirens pierced the night. "What the hell?" Sophie exclaimed. "I disabled the alarms." Michael's face remained calm. This was part of the plan. Before anyone could react, armed men burst into the room, mercenaries hired by Michael. "Thanks for your help," he said, pointing a gun at his own team. "But I don't like splitting profits." The twisted unbeknownst to Michael, Sophie had anticipated his betrayal. She had rigged the hard drive with a tracking device and sent an anonymous tip to the authorities. As Michael and his mercenaries exited the vault, they were met by a SWAT team. "This is over," the SWAT commander declared, guns trained on Michael. Michael turned to Sophie, a look of betrayal in his eyes. "You think you've won?" he snarled. Sophie smirked. "I don't think. I know." The escape while Michael and his mercenaries were apprehended. The rest of the team slipped away through an underground tunnel Sophie had discovered during her research. Hours later, in a remote safe house, the team celebrated their survival. Despite the chaos, they had managed to secure a smaller but substantial portion of the loot. "What now?" Jack asked. Emma grinned. holding up a fake passport. We disappear. A new beginning, months later, reports emerged of mysterious donations to orphanages, schools, and struggling communities across the city. No one knew the source, but whispers of a legendary heist team spread in the criminal underworld. As for Sophie, Jack, Derek, and Emma, they had vanished, leaving behind only the faintest trace of their daring escapade. And in a dark prison cell, Michael Caine sat alone, plotting himself